Mr. Speaker, pursuant to the communication on harmonization that you delivered on 22nd December, I have the honor to table the following paper on the table of the House today, Wednesday, December 29, 2021. Addendum report of the Departmental Committee on Justice and Legal Affairs on its consideration of the Political Parties Amendment Bill, National Assembly Bill number 56 of 2021. Thank you.
Very well. What is it, the Honorable Duale?
The Speaker, I stand on Standing Order 83 for you to make a ruling on the report that has just been tabled by the chair of the JLAC, and in more so, and in as far as recommendation 2 is concerned, Mr. Speaker, and I hope the clerk of the National Assembly will give you a copy of that report so that you be with me when I raise my issues. Honorable Speaker, Article 93, Article 94, and Article 95, and Article 109 of the Constitution spells out the legislative role of a member of the National Assembly. Honorable Speaker, the constitutional legislative role is one which the Constitution itself has not limited and hence cannot be stifled by anyone, including the committee of this House, either by statute or even by rules of this House. It is therefore within the constitutional right of a member of this House to propose amendments. I am on a point of order, Mr. Speaker.
Honorable TJ, you are aware and you know you are a seasoned member of this House. Let us do this. Let's allow the Honorable. I'll give you an opportunity, but allow him to conclude. I'm sure it will not take another minute.
No, Speaker, I mean, it's a matter that I have researched on, and for record of this House, the Speaker and Honorable TJ should give me my space. So, Mr. Speaker, it is only the Speaker who can order for the withdrawal of proposed amendments if the proposed amendments fall on 3 things, Mr. Speaker. 1, where the proposed amendments are unconstitutional. 2, where the proposed amendments have a money bill provisions in terms of Article 114 of the Constitution. Or 3, offend any standing order, including Standing Order 133(5), which provides that a member cannot move amendments that, among other things, expand the scope of the bill or are inappropriate. Those are the only 3 instances, Mr. Speaker, where the Speaker of the National Assembly can reject an amendment by a member. Mr. Speaker, indeed, the powers of the Speaker to make a determination on whether any proposed motion or amendment or proposed amendments to a bill are unconstitutional or contrary to the rules of this House are anchored in Standing Order 47, subsection 3. It is worth noting, Mr. Speaker, that Standing Order 131 on harmonization.
Honorable Duale, let's get this specific issue that, what is it?
Mr. Speaker, sir, you know, Honorable Duale, although rises on a point of order, but the context of his discussion is an intervention. I have something which is out of order in terms of the order of the House. Mr. Speaker, is it in order for the member for Garissa Town to make an intervention on a paper for which there has been no motion before the House to debate? Is it in order that we can discuss? Is it in order that we can discuss a paper laid before us in anticipation of debate without a motion, a proper motion brought before us for debate. Is that in order?
Now, the Honorable Kajwang, and take your seat, Honorable Duale. The Honorable Kajwang. First of all, I have not heard the Honorable Duale asking the House to discuss this particular thing. What he's actually doing is seeking the Speaker's ear. But even as he does that, you also must be very clear, Honorable Duale, even before you finish. You must also be very clear, because you have indicated that the Speaker can only do this and that. Is there anything the Speaker has done thus far? Absolutely not. So in terms of, and as you do it, the Honorable Duale, because as you finish, I also want you to look at the order paper for today. So probably you'll be able to see whether there are any issues that are arising. But in due time, the Honorable Duale, in due time, I'll be making a communication to to give you directions on how we are going to handle the committee of the whole House. So you can finish having that in mind.
Mr. Speaker,
it may not be necessary for me to give any.
As the member for Garissa Town, I have all the rights to seek guidance from the Speaker. And Mr. Speaker, Honorable TJ Kajwang should relax. You are not there to interpret. You don't read my mind. You didn't sleep well. You were not in my house when I was drafting this. So relax. You are the member for Ruaraka. I am the member for Township. Have your space. I will give you your space. Mr. Speaker, my matter is on the report which has been tabled. And Mr. Speaker, all that I'm asking, if you read recommendation 2 that says this committee of JLAC recommends that the amendments of the following members should not be discussed. That, Mr. Speaker, having read for you the 3 category, that should be expunged from the report that was tabled, and you must give direction. And Mr. Speaker, it is not the power of the committee. A committee, Mr. Speaker, is an extension of the House. A committee cannot deny me outside the 3 items.
Okay.
133(5), 114 of the Constitution, and where the matter is unconstitutional.
Okay.
Mr. Speaker, if we allow this to continue, it will set a bad precedent, and I ask you to expand recommendation 2 so that we can move and execute our amendments at the Committee of the Whole House.
Okay, Honorable Otienda Amolo, what's your point of order? Honorable Dr. Otienda.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Other than the fact that the chair of JLAC has only tabled the report, and therefore any issue in terms of the report cannot arise before the debate starts. The point here, Mr. Speaker, is that the Honorable Duale stood under Standing Order 83. Standing Order 83 is not a substantive provision. It's an enabling provision. He needs to cite to you which standing order he is standing under so that he points out what is out of order. Standing Order 83 is merely enabling, and actually, Mr. Speaker, it only allows you to intervene when another member is contributing. No member was contributing. So, Mr. Speaker, I urge you to rule the Honorable Duale out of order, and we proceed.
Now, really, honorable members, this morning I would not expect at all that we are going to get bogged down on technicalities. I have asked the Honorable Duale to look at the order paper. Even those particular proposals that have been given by the chairperson JLAC and his committee have not been factored in terms of what is in the order paper. All the members who have made their request to make amendments are going to have their say. Other than those, of course, which will be on technicality, be struck out for various reasons, which I will read. And there are not many. So there should be not a problem at all. Yes, there should be not a problem on that. This is, you see, committee is committee of the House. The House has the power over committees. So there should be no issue at all. What is it, Honorable Ishungwa? And I think we should make it brief now because we want to go to the main meat of what we came this morning.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker, and I'll be very brief. Honorable Speaker, I think the only reason the Honorable Duala was raising that issue, and I'm well guided on what you are saying in terms of the order paper and the communication you have to give, is because we are in a house of records, Honorable Speaker. And when a paper is laid, Honorable Speaker, it becomes a record of the House, and we will stand guided by your communication. Honorable Speaker, it is also worth noting, I have gotten communication from some members of the committee that there is indeed also a minority report, and I want to beg that you also allow those with a minority report of that committee to table so that it also becomes a record of the House, Honorable Speaker. Thank you.
You see, just a minute, but in the meantime, I refer again members to the order paper. And if you have seen the order paper, you will notice that many of these amendments that have been proposed by members are in the order paper and therefore will be conversed. So the issue of the committee report is really neither here nor there, because we cannot again send a matter to a committee and guide them on how they want to proceed. Once it comes here and we are sure that it is not, we would not want to take it, we simply have it as information for members. So there should be no issue at all. Just a minute.